What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome back to another episode of On the Topic of, the series that I record every single Friday and upload here on YouTube and also over on Facebook now, where I talk about a piece of video game news and break it down for you while also giving my thoughts along the way. And today, we're going to be talking about Battlefield 5, the game that was revealed or given more details this week, and now we know that it's a World War II setting. We know some of the intricacies of how the game is going to work. They're bringing back operations. There's going to be a brand new UI, as you would expect, that looks to be a good bit better than Battlefield 1, and there's a lot of improvements along the way. However, the main thing that I want to talk about today is the fact that there's not going to be a premium pass in this Battlefield game, which is a far cry from what we've seen in years past with the implementation of premium passes pretty much since Battlefield 3, and that was a long time ago. So for those that have never heard of a premium pass, it's otherwise known as a season pass. You probably heard of that one, where for around $50 you get access to all of the DLC that comes out for a specific title, and we have seen this in the Battlefield franchise for many years now. Since Battlefield 3, we've seen it in that game, we've seen it in Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, and Battlefield 1, but Battlefield 5 is taking a different approach by doing the same thing that Titanfall 2 did, where they release all their DLC for free. So instead of paying $15 for a map pack or paying $50 for a season pass, you just update the game and you get new maps that keep the entire community unified under one kind of content. You know, you don't have to focus on if you have the map pack, if your friend has the map pack. You just get on and you play the game and you all have the same kind of thing, you have the same experience. It's a much better way to do things. I think that when you're talking about why this happened, there are a lot of aspects that come into play. I think the first thing is that player retention in Battlefield has always been kind of an issue. They've always had a difficulty when it comes to bringing people back into the game after a period of time away from it. So I think that by bringing in more people and giving them free maps and giving free updates to the game, that more and more players are going to be enticed to come back and see what they can get for free and at least spend a couple of minutes with the game and maybe fall back in love with it. But on top of that, we also had what happened last year with Battlefront 2, which was the big Star Wars game that was coming out in the fall. Everybody was pumped about it. Then it was revealed that the loot box system and the microtransactions within the game were so completely unfair that people just simply boycotted the game. It suffered drastically in sales numbers, and it's probably going to be a while before we see another Battlefront game come out because of that. But it certainly did leave a lasting impression on the guys over there at the publisher Electronic Arts, and so they're changing up the DLC style for Battlefield 5 because I really think that if they had gone that same route and if they had tried to put as many microtransactions into the game as they had in Battlefront 2, Battlefield might have been a little bit... Ooh, it might have died a little bit. It might have died a little bit. And I know that I would have died a little bit on the inside, along with a lot of other Battlefield fans. And on top of that, you also have Fortnite, which is a game that has become incredibly influential. And then on top of that, you also have a game like Fortnite that has become incredibly influential in 2018 for game developers because of the way that it handles microtransactions. Essentially, you buy an in-game currency called V-Bucks, and you can get Fortnite skins, which just change up the look of your character or the weapon that you use as far as a pickaxe goes, and that's pretty much the only thing that the microtransactions do in the game, but it's generating hundreds of millions of dollars every month. And so, coming from the perspective of the guys over there at DICE that are putting together the game, it makes sense to put this kind of thing into Battlefield because you can put out a character skin, put out some weapon skins, and make that microtransaction money, or at least try and emulate that, and you can forego the shitty loot box transaction system, or even forego DLC packs as a whole and put that out for free. So whenever you have a lengthier player engagement, as I was saying before, and you implement this way to buy skins within the game that customize it, if people get invested in your game, then they're going to be buying those customizations, and it all kind of works out in that way. And it's kind of iffy, it's not concrete, but it often works, as we've seen with a game like Fortnite. But when it comes down to it, Battlefield 5 is going to have to do what every game is trying to do in 2018, and that's to simply be an engaging and fun experience for the player. Without being an engaging and fun experience, it doesn't matter how many awesome skins you have, it doesn't matter how many awesome weapons you have, what the maps look like, how beautiful the graphics are in the game. None of that matters. That's all irrelevant if the game isn't fun at its core. In its mechanics, it has to be an engaging experience. So if the guys over there at DICE can in fact pull that off, then I think that Battlefield might be able to make a big comeback. Not that Battlefield 1 was bad, but I think Battlefield 5 could really bring the series back to the way that it was back in Battlefield 4 and, of course, in Battlefield 3, which I consider to be the pinnacle of the series. That's just my 2 cents. However, I'm very excited to play the new Battlefield 5 whenever it does come out in October. I believe October the 19th is when the standard edition launches. You can get the game 3 days early if you buy that deluxe edition, and there's going to be an open beta, I believe, or at least an early trial for Origin Access members and EA Play subscribers, or EA Access subscribers, something along those lines. You can check all of that detail out down below in the description box. But of course, I have a full impressions video of this week's reveal. If you did want to check that out, I will link that down below as well. Or you can go over to the channel and check it out for yourself if you just wanted to mingle on over there and see the other content that I've made. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, drop me a like down below and share it with your friends over there on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or MySpace, whatever you might be on. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. I hope you have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I will talk to you soon. Peace.